Good morning, people, and welcome to the 6 a.m. club. I hope you're blessed and I hope you had a good Monday and Tuesday. And as we step into Wednesday, we step into it with some power, man. So today's conversation is one that I've encountered recently. It's something that I remember in school, but speaking to some people who I train with, and they said to me, why don't you try this thing? I was like, do you know what? It's true. Like, I haven't heard this for ages. So I thought I'd come and bring it to the 6 a.m. club and try and talk to you guys about it. And that thing is smart targets. Smart targets, right? So obviously, as many people know, I've been on a weight loss journey and I'm 40 something days in. Now I can't remember where I'm at, but I'm 40 something days in. And for the first maybe 28 days, I reckon, I was doing certain things, but I wasn't direct with it. I don't feel like I was reaping the rewards of doing this thing. So I was sticking to my plans to certain things, and then other times I wasn't. Do you know what I mean? And then, as normal, we wonder why we don't see success. So then I had to remember, do you know what? You have to be consistent. You have to do this thing. But in order to be consistent, there's a few things that can assist you. And I think that smart targets is definitely one of them. Yeah. For this month, so for the month of January, I've given myself a challenge that I want to lose between 5 and 7 kg. Now, last week, I decided to do this and I've already lost 3.5 kg. And that's 1 week in, basically, or a week and a half. Do you know what I'm saying? But my point is that I gave myself these targets and it gave me something to stick to, something to work towards, something to attack. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's get into these smart targets. Now, S stands for specific. When you make your targets, when you make your goal, be specific. Be specific, okay? If you just say, I want to get fit, what does that mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Be specific. I want to be fit enough to run a marathon. I want to be fit enough to run 10 kilometers in under 50 minutes or under 45 minutes or whatever, right? Be specific with these targets because that gives you something to actually direct to and take you. It's a destination. It gives you a destination to head to. So that's one, specific. M stands for measurable. Yeah, make it measurable. Yeah, the thing about losing weight and overall, the thing about growth and trying to be better is something that I learned over time that I never knew, that people rarely speak about, is tracking your numbers, monitoring your numbers, reporting them, almost like checking the analytics. When you start looking at the background and the what's the word that they would use? I'm not sure, the background, let's just call it, yeah, of things, yeah. So like you look at the numbers behind things, you're able to make little small moves, small incremental changes that can make a massive difference, yeah. So tracking your numbers, but also giving yourself measurable things that you can do. Don't over exaggerate how far you can go or what it is that you're trying to achieve. Do you know what I'm saying? One thing I read and I learned was they said, if it doesn't have numbers, then it doesn't have accountability, which is a funny thing to hear them say, a funny thing that I read. But I also agree with it. Because when you give yourself numbers, you give yourself a specific target and a specific challenge. Right now, I've got the target of I want to hit 500 to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube before April. You know what I mean? So I'm slowly working towards that. So hopefully you guys can help me get there, sharing the page, liking, commenting, and all that good stuff. So measurable. The next one, so we have specific and we have measurable, S and M. The next one, A, achievable. Yeah, achievable. Make your targets achievable. If I said to you, before April, I want to get to 1 million subscribers, right? Nothing's impossible. Definitely nothing is impossible. But there are some things that aren't as achievable as others, you know? And the thing about the mind and the body and when we're doing things is if we plan to do something and we don't achieve it, it disheartens us. And we might not put the same energy into that thing moving forward, or into what we're doing moving forward. So make your targets achievable. I said to myself, really and truly, I want to lose 10 to 15 kilos in this month. But I knew that might not be achievable. So I said 5 to 7. Now I still gave myself a nice high number, but if I achieve it, it's like aim for the moon. If you miss, at least you'll be amongst the stars. So that's what I've done. Hopefully I'm going to get to the 10. Do you know what I mean? But it's between 5 and 7. That's my actual target. So achievable. That's SMA from the SMART targets. Yeah. And also remember to break your goals that you have into weekly wins. Small mini targets, mini goals. Okay. So I want to lose 5 to 7 kilos throughout the month. But for this week, I want to lose 2 kilos. For next week, I want to lose 2 kilos. You know what I'm saying? And do it like that. The next one, relevant. Make your targets relevant to your real life. Yeah? Don't chase goals that just look good on social media, or goals that sound good when you speak about it. Chase targets that are relevant to your real life. Stuff that is achievable, that you can do. It's relevant to you. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't go around just making up goals. Oh yeah, I want to swim the English Channel, and you can't swim. Are you stupid? Come on now. Think about it, buddy. You know what I mean? So that's the next one. R, relevant. So that's S, specific, M, measurable, A, achievable, and R, relevant. And last but not least, time bound. And this one is really important for me. I find this one really important. When you give yourself a time, a deadline to hit and to do something in, you program your mind to get busy. You program your mind to start planning. You program your mind to understand that you need to work in order for this to happen within that time. And if you don't give yourself a time, guess what? It's an endless mission. It goes on forever. It goes on forever. I've always had this mission of, I want to make my first £1 million. By when? By when? Because I guarantee you, you'll work much better if you have a deadline by a certain time than if you were just free to no deadline. If there was a bomb in your house and that bomb was indeterminate, it just carries on forever, you're not going to be bothered about finding it. But if you know that bomb is going off in 5 minutes, you're going to be working your ass off to get that bomb. I know this is a rubbish example, but it's an example all the same. So just understand that, yeah? Time bound. Make your targets time bound. It matters so much. I promise you, you'll see way more results when you give yourself a time. I hope that a lot of you have made New Year's resolutions, because I'm a fan of them. But I also hope that you're carrying them out and you're sticking to them and you're staying on point. For this one time, give yourself this one chance to change your life and this one chance to do something that you've never done before. Stick to that New Year's resolution. By the end of this year, I'm going to have lost 10 stone. That is my challenge. That's my time bound. 10 stone. That's my challenge. You know what I mean? That's my challenge. And I'm aiming for the moon. If I miss, I'll be amongst the stars. But the thing is, I am not going to miss. I want to hit that target. I want to enjoy that. I want to enjoy the fruits of those labors. Yeah? So SMART targets. Yeah? Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. Yeah? That's your targets. So listen, big up the man them, big up the gal them. Wagwan for the weirdos, I just can't understand them. 6 a.m. club to the world and back. And I see you lot on Friday.